end up saying that a full-blown man is a little girl.
Yeah.
Now you say, no, that's too simple. No. Man without God goes completely haywire.
Oh, well, we're already seeing it. We're seeing
just
this.
Across the border in Michigan, they passed a law that if a woman says to you, I'm Napoleon, and you say, yes, ma'am, that is a felony in the state of Michigan to misgender that person. Now, this isn't something that we say could happen if we abandon God. That's where we'll end up. No, this is what we're seeing. Now, let me say something else. So when this started and the churches did not speak up, so once you took the Bible out, now there's no standard of right or wrong. And I tell young people, I said, I've never owned a bicycle lock in my life. I said, when I came out of school, there's 300 bicycles all over the place. Not one of them was locked, because on the wall of every classroom it said, "Thou shalt not steal."
That's
and
right.
And everybody had guns in the high school. Every pickup had a gun rack at hunting season. And my wife mentioned one that a fellow walking down the hall with this large rifle, new 30-06, and the principal was they said, "John, where are you going with that?" And he said, "Well, Mr. So-and-so wanted to see it." And he said, "Well, when you're done, bring it back. I'd like to see it too." It never dawned about shooting anybody because we had "Thou shalt not kill." So when these things began to happen, we did away with blue laws that said that that you couldn't demand that schools and businesses be closed on Sunday because that was a day of worship. But as each incremental step took place, the church was silent until now. We see ourselves in need of a reawakening, of a revival.
Yes.
And so what started me on this is that we're having a meeting, the organization that I'm holding, where it's going to be in Arizona. And one of our members is the Speaker of the House of Representatives in Arizona. And it was the first state, there are now 7, we expect 8 more this year, to say that the money that we give to schools will go to the parents. And the parents will be able to decide where they spend that. And they can go to a school that teaches scripture, a school that teaches patriotism, a school that says boys can only go to boys' bathrooms and vice versa. And when we get that, we can right this ship. It's been drifting for 40 years. Once we allow parents to make these decisions, then I think we're going to see a real revolution in education. And people say, this is the big thing. They say, well, what about the inner city school that's no good? And my response to that is very simple. That is, it'll close for 24 hours.
Exactly.
And somebody who knows how to run a school system will come over there and say, well, all these people will give us thousands of dollars for each child, and we're going to get the teachers sitting cross-legged on the steps out. We're going to get the spray paint off the wall. We're going to clean, and we can write this thing. And competition only works every time.
Yes.
Socialism only fails every time. Socialism is where you don't have a choice. You have to do, the government tells you what kind of car to buy, what kind of house you can buy, what kind of school you can go to, what kind of doctor you can get. And America is different from the rest of the world, is wealthier than the rest because we get to choose our car, choose our home. We want to now be in socialism. In the education system is all messed up. Socialism is always messed up. So now when we give competition back in the education system, we'll find out that we'll have the finest education system in the world, just like we did 40 or 50 years ago.
Yes,
it's not complicated. It's just a matter of using the same principles that have been proven to work.
That's exactly right. Free enterprise produces opportunity. Now we see what's going on with the future of jobs like this too. We see these monopolies, the tech monopoly coming in now controlling. So during COVID, we saw businesses shutting down. We kept telling people, do not shut your business. It is the backbone of our nation. Without small business, without free enterprise, we don't have a nation anymore. You can't have free enterprise, you can't have a nation and have freedom without free enterprise.